Now, I want you to talk about this one. Or let me tell you what pyramiding is, right? And this is one major way to make big money in the market. You can do pyramiding in equity, you can do pyramiding in futures, you can do pyramiding in options also, right? So let's start with that. Now, आपको मालूम है कि सबसे बड़ा इन्वेस्टर कौन है इंडिया में? सबसे फेमस. Who is it? Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, right? And what are the stocks he has made most money? Titan, Lupin, right? So let's say the way I understand what I have heard on interviews and all is that he bought Titan at, let's say, 100 rupees. Okay, he bought a small portion of it. Then 100 rupees becomes 120. What is market telling you? That you are right. हम क्या करते हैं, 120 होगा 130 होगा तो निकलने की सोच रहे हैं. वो क्या करते हैं कि 100 में लिया, 120 में मार्केट बोल रहा है आप सही हो, तो क्या करना चाहिए? और खरीदना चाहिए. 120, 140, 200, 240. वैसे दैट्स कॉल्ड पिरामिडिंग द पोजीशन. व्हेन यू पिरामिड द पोजीशन, आप मार्केट के पैसे से पैसा बना रहे हो. 100 से 120, अगर मैंने 100 में खरीदा और 120 में खरीदा तो मेरा एवरेज कितना हो जाएगा? 110 का. फिर अगर मार्केट नीचे भी आता है तो मुझे 110 तक लॉस नहीं होगा, राइट? लेकिन अगर 140 हो गया तो मुझे डबल क्वांटिटी पे पैसा मिलेगा. वैसे और खरीदा मैंने 140 पे और 180 हो गया तो देन आई एम मेकिंग मोर मनी. So that is called positive pyramiding. And that's what he does. That's what all professional trader does. But what do retail people do? 100 में लिया, फिर 80 हो जाएगा. लॉस हो गया, तो आप बोलोगे नहीं नहीं अभी तो ये चाइना का थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, कोविड का प्रॉब्लम है, तो मैं रुकता हूं. फिर वो मार्केट बोल रहा है कि आप गधे हो, हम सुनते नहीं है, और 60 हो जाएगा. फिर मार्केट बोलेगा कि आप बड़े गधे हो, तो आप बोलोगे अरे मेरे को गधा बोलता है, देख मेरे पास क्या आइडिया है. तो आप क्या करोगे? और खरीदोगे. 100 में लिया, 60 में लिया, एवरेज 80 का हो गया. कोई गारंटी है कि वहां से ऊपर जाएगा? फिर वो 40 हो जाएगा. अब आपको मार्केट की पड़ी रही है क्योंकि आपने लॉस सहन करके आप एकदम जाड़ी चमड़ी हो गए हो, थिक स्किन. सो व्हाट यू से? आई एम अ लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर, राइट? एंड दैट्स हाउ मोस्ट लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर्स आर born, not by choice but by default. This is called inverse pyramiding. Losers को एवरेज नहीं करेंगे कभी भी, प्रॉफिटेबल ट्रेड्स को एवरेज करेंगे. And imagine if I teach you pyramiding in options expiry special to buy at 100, then buy at 140, and then buy at 180, and then buy at 200, and then sell at 500 within the same day. Does that make sense? Yes or no? So this is very, very powerful. You have to do positive pyramiding. और pyramiding कहां करना है? ऐसा blindly नहीं करना है. You have to do it at the right place at the right time. Make sense? Now, अगर आपको विश्वास नहीं हो रहा है तो मैं आप खुद उनके मुंह से सुन लेते हैं कि क्या करते हैं, right? So I am going to show you. This is not a break, okay? I am to show you a video by Rakesh Jhunjhunwala where he talks about this particular concept. I think very inspiring. So I think this will help you to understand. Very, very important. Just a 4-minute video, okay? And you can then look for this video in YouTube also. It's available, but let me show and play that video. Let's play the video.
To know you in the 1990s in the ring of the old Bombay Stock Exchange, and 20 years since then, there's one maxim that stands out about you, that you've said it in innumerous parties, bars, in the ring, and I'll say it in colloquial and then translate it in English. It says, vadhare vadhare levano, ghatare ghatare bechwano. That means buy as the market is rising, sell as the market is falling. What is the wisdom in that, and how do you use it?
See, Ramesh, I don't think for a good trader, I think we don't initiate more than 40% of trades which are right. Right, suppose I'm bullish, say, on XYZ stock. Now I buy that stock. If it goes up, it's an indication of the fact that I'm right. And you know, we do what I call is pyramiding. I buy stock at 100, I buy more at 105, I buy more at 110. So what are markets? What is trading? It's basically momentum. So you play momentum. So if the market is rising, its momentum is upwards. So you buy on the rise. If markets are going down, you sell on the fall. And this I don't mind. I don't indicate in long-term trends and medium-term trends and short-term trends. This applies to short-term trends, medium-term trends, and long-term trends.
So you should never average a losing trading position?
Well, at your own cost. Never. At least I never do it.
That's a huge mistake, isn't it?
Unless and until we believe suppose I buy a stock at 90 and I feel it's going to have a big upside, and the fall is 4-5%, I might average.
Or temporary.
But as a rule in trading, I will never ever average.
But Rakesh, are you then saying that a good trader should have this highest position outstanding at the highest price?
Absolutely. Why not? Who knows what is the highest price?
It's counterintuitive though, isn't it? I mean, most people
That's
with profits.
That's why out of 1 million traders, only 90 or 100 really make money.
What would you look for?
I will look for, first of all, look for broad direction. Don't try to be an expert. Don't try to predict every move, every hour, every day, right? Take a loss. Know what to stake, right? I think this is, I feel confident to trade anywhere in the world. All what you need to have is a broad direction of the trend, right? A very broad idea. Don't try to be an expert in it, right? Know what to stake and when to take a loss.
Rakesh, most people can't hold on to trading profits, right? Isn't that the big problem?
Well, it's a problem, but who knows, I don't know, I watch on this TV targets. What are targets? Who can predict anything? See, when I buy a stock, there comes a level at which I also feel that the price is unreasonable. But at that moment, I'm alert. That unreasonableness has to be combined with technical weakness. Then only is, then is only the move exhausted. So what is the profit?
That means the lower tops, for example, or poor volumes, or bad price action.
Absolutely.
Things like that.
General trend. And then the general belief of, just believe in the market, just go up, there's no tomorrow.
Trees don't go to the sky. Rakesh, the other thing that all good traders always pronounce is know how to take a loss. Why is that so important in your...
Because, see, nobody can predict momentum. It can turn. We never know, all big moves start with small moves, right? And therefore, the price is the first indicator of what is coming. So if I do a trade, so I have an XYZ stock at 100, and it goes to 120 and I buy more, don't worry, by the time it is 90, it will be all squared up.
You take
get unease, I can't sleep. I can't eat, I get such unease. And sometimes when the market is against me, I'm uneasy up till 9:15. And 9:45, it's squared off, you're fine. In my career also, I earned money in trading. It's not that every year I made money. I made it in sports, right? And I made it in certain periods, 89 to 92, 2003 to 2007, 2009, 10, 10, 11 has been a good year. So I made it in sports, say 94 to 99, I wouldn't have made any trading income.
The idea is always, as you said, to when the iron is hot, strike.
Absolutely.
Don't try to make 50,000 rupees a day.
And we are not earning in trading by employing billions of dollars in trading. My net capital employed in trading is 1 lakh. So if I earn, say, if I even earn 1 crore, you can't imagine the return on equity.
Right.
Because everything else is borrowed and I pay interest on it. So my real capital, the capital of my partnership firm is 1 lakh.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's pure leverage. You don't
Pure
have
leverage.
personal capital into
I
the
put
business.
mine and my wife's assets and borrow money.
Did you like that video? So what are the lessons we learned from that video? क्या उन्होंने बताया जो हम भी इतने दिनों से और इतने ट्रेनिंग से अटेंड कर रहे हैं और कर रहे बोल रहे, एक तो छोटा कैपिटल लगाना है और धीरे धीरे प्रॉफिट में पिरामिडिंग करना है और ट्रेंडिंग स्टॉक को बाय करना, जो ऊपर ऊपर जा रहा है उसको बाय कर रहे हैं, नीचे नीचे जा रहा है, जो हमारा 60-40 फादर सन ग्रैंडफादर सन स्ट्रैटेजी है. So you buy the stock which is going up and sell the stock which is going down. You pyramid, you use markets money to make more money. Don't spend your too much money. Leverage, without borrowing money, which is leverage is actually when you do futures, you're borrowing money from the exchange. Or you do margin trading, you're borrowing money from the broker. Right? You buy a house, you borrow money from the bank. So everywhere there is a borrowing, but there is something called as borrowing, we call it as debt. And there is something called as good debt and bad debt. If you buy a car on loan, it's a bad debt because you're buying a liability, not an asset. But when you borrow money for an asset or something which can pay you money, that's an asset, that's good debt, right? So many people I know in my program, some of them have even borrowed money for the course. But once they learn it and make money, then that could be an asset. But if they don't use it properly and misuse it, then it can be a liability. So you need to understand between good debt and bad debt. And I hope that video worked well. So what I want to show you is, I wanted to show you some of my students, and I told you वो jaw dropping number जो दिखा रहा था मैं कि क्या किया है budget के दिन पे 2018 में एक या दो student ने. Let's talk about that, which is what students have done, और आप बोलोगे कि मैं नया हूं, मुझे मालूम नहीं है, मेरे को टेक्निकल नहीं आता है, ये 2018 का बजट है और ये वाला कैंडल 1 फरवरी को बजट हुआ था, ये और ये दो कैंडल के अंदर बैंक निफ्टी कुछ 3000 पॉइंट नीचे गिरा गैप डाउन होने के बाद. सो ये 1 फरवरी और 2 फरवरी को एक स्टूडेंट का मैसेज आया. That's, you can see that 8 figure. I know most of you won't believe it, and most of you will put a thumbs down or whatever it is, but this is the fact. When I got this message, I was shocked. I was shocked because I thought it's not possible, and that to a common man like you, like everybody, made that money. And to surprise and shock you more, what happened on the next day when it gapped down? 1 crore 72 lakhs. Single day option expiry special pyramiding. Possible? You don't think so, right? You think you need a big capital for that. But let's say ये सब outliers है, मतलब ऐसा जैसे पैंडेमिक 100 साल में एक बार होता है, वैसा बहुत सालों में एक बार किसी का हो गया. चलो ये सब छोड़ो, लेकिन जो रेगुलरली कर रहे वो 1,04,000 was rushing to the meeting and attended the Zoom session. मेरा live session attend किया, support session, and that's 1 lakh here. That's another 22,000. सब बड़े फिगर्स जाने दो, आपको लगता है कि नहीं मेरे से नहीं होगा, उससे होगा, लेकिन 22, 25, 50,000, which is common. I get this messages every expiry, every almost day. If you see my Instagram stories, if you see my Facebook group, you will see so many messages like this.